All right, trying to go live on two. Let's see if orientation is locked on my YouTube. Let me take a look here and make sure this is done right. Hello, everybody. This is Neha with College Shortcuts. I hope you're having an incredible day. What I want to do here is talk to you a little bit about admissions and how easy it actually can be to get into your dream school. Because for me, my whole goal is to make sure that you are getting into the college of your dreams. And if you're a parent, that you are helping to make sure your child has all their dreams come true. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little link below here real quick. And for everyone on YouTube, just type in yes. And remember, this is a live video that we're doing here today. So, all right, here we go. So one of the things I want you guys to know is it has been incredibly exciting here at College Shortcuts. We have had, let me see if I can move this. No, I can't. You guys can see the phone in that one. All right, I'm just going to pull this right here. I know, right? It's like so hard to get these little technical challenges together, but it looks like it's doing pretty good. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about here today is that getting into an Ivy League is actually not that hard. Yes, you can say the admissions rates are 5 to 8% acceptance, but what most parents don't realize is that in reality, getting into the college of your dreams isn't hard if you are a qualified candidate. And that's the big thing people forget, is that qualified candidates are actually hard to find. And this is why, these admissions rates look so crazy, why they look so weird and so little when they're like 5, 6, 7%. But the thing about it is, actually, in reality, they're throwing out like 80% of those applications because they don't qualify. They don't meet the standards that are required. They don't hit the goals of what they're asking for at that college. So in reality, you're actually only competing with maybe 20 or 15 or even 10% of those applications. So within that 10%, that is where what I call the sweet spot is. Now, I know that a lot of you want to go into top schools. That is exactly why I am here today to talk about this. And I'm really excited to let you know we have been so busy here at College Shortcuts taking on our next round of parents and students for this school year that we're actually only opening up 100 slots. We've already built out a list. It's unbelievable. We've got incredible families that are already part of our program. And so I've put the link below. If you're on Facebook, the link is right there if you're wanting to click and get a call from one of my account managers. So this is the time to click on that because come in the next few months, we're going to be closing out our entire programs for the year. So if you're on and you're watching, I want you to say hi. Please say hi. These are live. I'm so excited to be reporting live to you guys. And let me get into my tips regarding the college admissions process when it comes to Ivy Leagues. So one of the big things, hi Sharon. Hey, nice to see you. Awesome. So we've got a lot of viewers on both. Okay, so one of the things I want you guys to know is that getting into an Ivy League doesn't have to be that challenging. And I'll tell you why. All of us are trying to get our kids to do certain things, right? Like, try to stuff the resume or try to make them do all these kinds of things, thinking it actually matters in the college admissions process. But the reality is, it's not about stuffing the resume, right? Like, for example, let's say you go to a Chinese restaurant and they give you a dish of mixed vegetables and it's all carrots and cabbage and only 2 pieces of like a protein and broccoli. You'd probably send that back, right? That's not something you want. So the whole point is you really want to make sure that you're filling that resume with a lot more than cabbage and carrots is probably the best way to say it. You may not know this, but I love to eat Chinese food. So the big thing about it is it's about finding the quality things that will look incredible on that resume and really make your kids stand out. And there's also certain profiles of students that tend to be the same. Now, I'll just speak from experience, being South Asian. If anyone wants to comment below, guess what the typical profession is that most South Asian students are wanting to apply for the college? Go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you think. There's a little poll here. Hi, Vandita. Nice to see you. Such cute photos of your family in there. Everyone that's on, I know you're viewing, so please go ahead and comment below. just say hi to me or like the video or share it or send me a little heart. I love those. So yeah, asking a quick question. So South Asians, just so you know, tend to apply with a certain majors that they're looking for. If you know what it is, comment below. I'm going to keep going until I see a comment here about it. And sometimes there's a little bit of a delay with all the viewers because there's so much tech going on. But the thing about it is how are you going to make your kid look different than the kid next to them? It's the same as the job market, right? Like, what's going to make you stand out compared to the other candidate? And so when we're looking at the admissions of Ivy Leagues, people think it's just this like crazy equation, or it's really, like no one has any idea, or it's like a crapshoot, like it's like a lottery. And that's actually not true. I did interviews at Stanford, at Harvard, at Yale, at Princeton, at MIT, and there's a certain, what I would say, flavor at every school, right? That's one thing to notice. And so they tend to attract a certain type of candidate. Hi, Shivalila. Nice to meet you. Good to see you on. I love the hellos. Oh my gosh, so many of you guys are watching. I'm going to go long. If you guys comment and send me little hearts and loves and like the video, just hit the like button. My thumbs, really. I don't have a hitchhiker thumb, unfortunately. I have one of those like just normal straight thumbs. Like the video, share it. I would love that. So, like I was saying, each college has a flavor to their university. And the big problem with that is most students apply blanket to every college. So imagine, for example, let's say you are trying to get a job, okay? And you're on monster.com and you just hit the checkbox for every single application that you can, and you send the exact same thing to everybody. Well, just so you know, on the other side, as someone who goes through about 1,200 resumes to hire a coach on my team, I can tell if someone took the time to make their application a little different, or if I'm just getting an applicant that's like not even qualified, doesn't even read the instructions of like what my requirements are. And I will tell you that literally I only hire maybe 5%, not even actually, like 0.1%, now that I think about the math, of who we actually hire based on their resumes. So yes, there are going to be students that are qualified that should have gotten in. I'm not going to sugarcoat that part. Yes, that does happen. But there are certain things you can do when you're applying to a top college that will make all the difference in the application, that makes your kid stand out over the next one. Ooh, we've got some more hellos. Hi, Noreen? I think it's Noreen. Hi, Anna. Nice to see you. Oh my God, so glad to have you guys on. This is a live video. This is Neha Gupta, founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. I am here to talk to you guys about the importance of getting into an Ivy League, if that is your dream, and how it's actually pretty easy if you know what you're doing. And of course, I put my link below. We're offering an incredible early bird discount to our programs. Once we get our first 100 families, we're closing down for the year. So we're really excited about that. And I've included a link on the Facebook below. If you're on YouTube, you just got to comment and we will send that link to you. So let me explain to you guys about what it is that makes students get into Ivy Leagues, because just this year we got students into every single Ivy League college. Actually, if you look at my Facebook page, I actually got to interview a student who was very shy and didn't want to be interviewed, but she really wanted to make sure parents knew how helpful it was to truly have like a college consultant help her with the process. And I remember when I started with her, I said, look, you're such a rock star. I really feel like we need to get you on video. And she was really shy. But she loved it. She really felt excited about it when she did it. And even afterwards, she shared it with a lot of her friends because she wanted people to know that we really care about kids. You know, when you work with us, it's kind of like your kid becomes my little baby. So I want to make sure everything happens exactly right and perfect and totally, you know what I'm talking about, moms? Any moms in the house that know what I'm talking about when you're like, it has to be done right? That's me. I know. So I'm kind of like a mother hen, and I have, hundreds of teens. Just, think about what that would be like if you had hundreds of teens. But that's my world, and that's what I love to do, is to make moms' lives easier every single day. So nice to see you, Ronnie. Oh my gosh, that's the name of my cousin. Hey, Ronnie, nice to see you. So all I want you guys to know is that getting into an Ivy League is actually not that hard. What it requires is really making sure that you are how do I say this easily? The big thing that we see every single time with families that do get into schools like Dartmouth, Duke, Harvard, is that there was a strategy in place starting pretty early. I would love for you to comment below just so I can do a little pulse out there. What grade is your kid in? Just curious here. I want to know what grade your child is in. Just type it in below, because I think one of the biggest issues that we see in the college admissions process is starting later. And I will tell you that something that you may not like to hear, but it's my job to speak the truth and be honest. That's my goal for 2018, is to be as authentic and real with you guys about what's happened in the last year and what happens in this industry. I think you should know. But I will tell you that 100% of college counselors at school, the school your kid goes to, doesn't care, really, in all honesty, if your kid gets into a top college. Just soak that in for a second. I'll tell you why that is. And I am not hating on college counselors. I'm going to explain to you why that is, why it doesn't matter to them. Now, again, I asked for you guys, remember this is a live video, so please type in what grade your kid is in. I just want to know. All right, so 100% of college counselors at school that have been there for a while, they actually don't care what college your kid goes to. And I'll tell you why. The average high school has 500, let's say 500 in a grade. It doesn't matter to them if little Johnny or little Sheila or little Anna or Ronnie got into specific colleges. It just doesn't matter to them, because in all honesty, they just want one or two or a few kids to get in so they have bragging rights for the next group of ninth graders that are applying to college. And so that's all they actually care about is, oh, we got kids into these specific colleges, but they don't actually care if it's your kid in particular. That's why it's so important to have a strategy. And what a lot of families don't know is that we have been launching a new program called the Family Plan. And you have to click on the link below to learn more about it, to get on the phone with us, because only certain families will actually qualify for this program. And what it is we start early, like 7th and 8th grade with students. I see Shivalila has a 7th grader, Ronnie has an 8th grader, so these are huge. Sharon also with 11th grade. Anything earlier than, what I would call senior year, where you're getting deep into the admissions process. Our family plan is really focused on giving students that strategy. So for example, I'm really excited. I'm working with this really wonderful student. She's super sweet. She's an 8th grader. She's so passionate about all these little things, and she does great in school, but she's getting some grades she needs some help in. Having me as her mentor, as someone by her side to be able to tell her the strategy of what needs to be done, while at the same time, and this is the big difference, guys. The big difference between, Gladys has an 11th grader and a 6th grader. Wow, full house, guys, full house. Oh my goodness, you should get a gold star every day, Gladys. I mean, seriously, that's a lot of work. Okay, so let me explain to you why it's so great to have a mentor. First of all, it helps to give them a little perspective. So the last time I checked, starting at about the age 3, the word no becomes a kid's favorite word. And so as a parent, you're trying to be like, hey, you got to do these, you got to do that, you got to do this. And they're like, everything you say, I'm going to do the opposite. And that kind of sucks, by the way, because you took time to make the kid and birth it, and now it doesn't listen to you at all. Well, if your goal is to make sure your kid is happy, healthy, and really has a team around them, you have to realize we came from cultures before, at least my culture, Indian culture, where we had a lot of people around us. We're now here, it's very isolating. And so you're kind of the only mentor, except maybe a teacher and maybe a counselor at school that sees them once a semester. That's not enough. That's just not enough. And so with our family plan, we are offering mentorship. We are offering ways to find children's passions early on. I'll tell you why. So I'll tell you a little story, ladies. Ladies will understand that. So I was getting my underarms waxed. Yes, I do that. I know it's a little personal. And the lady and I were talking. I hadn't met her yet. She goes, I said, so tell me a little bit about you. I'm always curious whenever I meet somebody. I mean, I've met incredible people no matter where I am. So anyway, so I'm talking with her and she goes, I said, oh, so, how did you get into this? Why did you want to go into waxing? Just curious. She goes, well, I was in high school and then I went to college and I didn't know what to major in. I didn't know what to do really. And so I just majored in sociology. And I actually didn't even think about what I was supposed to be doing because I was a teenager and I didn't really know. And so I graduated college. I couldn't find a job. I couldn't pay my bills. I was in debt. I didn't know what to do. And God, I was like, I just looked at her and I thought to myself, my God, if I could have had my hands on this person like 15 years ago, we could have changed the trajectory of her entire life. She goes, so I went to, I moved to a new city. I went to esthetician school and now I do waxing for a living. And, I like skin and beauty. And so, it's great, but, I just didn't know what to do. I felt like, you have to have like a leg in or a connection to get a job that you want in sociology. And it was interesting to me because I thought to myself, wow, that's so frustrating that like, she believed that she needed a connection to follow her passion, that she didn't have the network or she didn't have the skills or the tools of being able to ask and to know those things. And that's what mentors do. They give you the shortcut. Yes, there's work involved, guys. There's no shortcut, right? I know I have the word shortcut here. There are shortcuts in the sense of knowing what to do, but there's still work to be done with the shortcut. I'll show you a great example. I was on the treadmill yesterday. Yep. I'm sure you can see I look great today. I was on the treadmill yesterday and I looked over and this lady, much more fit than me, was on the treadmill and I was burning calories faster than her because of the way I had my incline on my treadmill and she'd been pounding and pounding at running, trying to get, a good burn. Shortcut. Find someone that knows better. And so I have somebody that's helping me with that goal big time this year. You guys are going to see my transformation. But I just want you to know that getting a coach, getting a mentor, that's the new thing. That's the new thing. And so that's why for everyone that's logging in, this is Neha Gupta. I'm founder of College Shortcuts. I've got YouTube going here. I've got Facebook Live going here. And I want you guys to comment below. Let me know what's going on with you. This is a live video. I want to know what's going on in your heart for your kids. What are your stresses? How can I make your life easier? This is 2018 and we are going to serve, by the time that I am dead, I want to serve at least a minimum of 1 million students per year. That's how fast we are going to grow, guys. We're doing live events this year. We're doing amazing things. So I put a link below on our Facebook Live. Definitely click on it. Let me take a look here and see on my phone. Okay, wow, we've got a lot of signups on that. Sweet, guys. Okay, we've got Jenny from Idaho. Pretty cool. Let's take a look here. We've got Laura from Kentucky. Nice to see you. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, we've got Shannon from Florida. Amazing. All right, and then we've got Shivs from Connecticut. Okay, great. So a lot of people are signing up, which is amazing. And that's why I do these videos. I want you to remember and keep a pulse on the fact that the college admissions process starts in like 7th grade. 7th grade, guys, which sounds nuts to most parents, but it is around 7th or 8th grade that, that's when those families are really getting involved in the process. They get mentors. And I'll tell you a great example. Tim Ferriss, who has had a New York Times bestseller every time he launches a book, just wrote out a book that was like 700 pages called Tribe of Mentors. I love Tim Ferriss. Great guy. I have a lot of friends that are friends with him. He does incredible work, but he talks about how at the age of 40, he wanted to share all of the mentorship that he learned and how he got into top schools. I mean, he went to a top college as well. And so I think it's really important for people to understand that mentors are a big part of this process. I love that Ronnie said, I teach at an international school here. I know what you mean from a school's perspective as well. Ronnie, totally, right? And I love schools. My family owns a school. My grandparents in India started a university to give free education to women. So I am not bashing the education system, guys. That's why I do what I do every day. It's my lineage and ancestral lineage. Yeah, I think that's how you say it, right? So it's my ancestry from like generations before that all loved education. That's why I exist now and why I do what I do. I'm part of that family and I love what they do and I really stand for it. My dad always said, education is your golden ticket, Neha. And I truly believe that, and I really want you guys to know that getting in can be easy. And isn't it more fun when you think things are easy? You know, for a long time, I used to say things like, I can't do it. It's too hard. There's no way. Or they're better than me. And I had all of these excuses towards my goals of what I truly desired and wanted. And to me, that's honestly BS. Like, you should get everything you want that you want for your family and your child. I'm sorry, but like, you took a lot of time to birth that kid. And if you want them to have an incredible life, definitely reach out to me because I want you to have an incredible life too. And I don't want you to feel stressed at home over grades. I don't want you to feel stressed around test prep. There actually doesn't need to be stress around this process. We've got a surefire formula that works every single time. So make sure to click the link below that it's right under the video. Let me see if I can retype it in right here for you guys. I know you guys are commenting, my amazing people. It looks like Renika and Ronnie know each other. That is so cool. I love it when people connect on my videos. We've got like thousands of views every time we do these videos. So it's really exciting over time. So I just want to reach out and ask you a quick question. What is your number one question that you would want me to answer when it comes to your kids' education and their future? Let me say that one more time. What is the one question that you have? Type it in below that you have around the college admissions process and that you would want me to answer. And I'm going to be doing some incredible Facebook Lives around your questions because I want to serve you. I want to make sure you're taken care of and I want to make sure your kid is taken care of. And I'm going to be doing some great interviews as well. I just sent a list email out to over 50,000 parents on our list that, you know, if you haven't signed up at collegeshortcuts.com, that is very important. We've got an incredible email list there where I personally write every email, by the way, to make sure that you're getting the latest and greatest secrets and info. You get this at a whole nother game in your inbox, which is so fun. And make sure to sign up there because we're doing some great stuff for 2018. But we had tons of parents that wanted to interview and be on my College Shortcuts show. So I'm really, really excited about that. So what I want to just recap here today is that we talked a lot about how to get into an Ivy League, how it is very easy to get in, how it doesn't have to be so challenging. You know, I also talked a lot about the importance of starting early in the process. And like I told you and I said in my last video, once we hit 100 families, we will be closing down our options to work with us. We get so many calls every day that we're now just going to be putting a voicemail up that just says like, hey, if you're interested, you have to leave a message and we will be getting back to you. So that is how we work. That is how our focus is. We want to really make sure we serve families that really fit well with us. Kenny, thank you so much for sharing the video. You totally made my day in doing that. I love that. And then the last thing I talked about was that, you know, my goal is to make sure your life is easier as a parent. You should know early on exactly what you need to do to help your kid achieve their dreams. And to me, it's very frustrating to watch so many parents mess up. So many parents think they're doing the right thing and they're totally not because they read the wrong information on a website or they read it, you know, on the internet somewhere, or their college counselor said something that like actually wasn't that accurate. Or maybe it's that, you know, they didn't even get their kid the help they needed in their essays. Like that's a problem, you know, and then your kid gets rejected and you feel like you haven't done everything you can for that kid. And that's really frustrating. You know, to me, I feel like getting the right mentor, the right plan, the right strategy, and implementing that for your child is so crucial. Now, we're getting a lot of great questions, and what I am going to do is I'm going to definitely cover these in tomorrow's video. Today's video is about, you know, what it takes to really get into an Ivy League and how easy it can be. And I'm really glad to see some of my families here on early. I love seeing Ronnie here. I love seeing all of you guys that have, I love seeing Gladys here has got a 6th grader, Shiva Leela's got a 7th grader. It's very clear that a lot of you know that this process starts early. And I will tell you that a lot of 7th and 8th grade parents actually make this mistake and thinking that collecting free information is the way to go for getting into a top college, even at that early grade time, because schools tell you that the process starts like in 11th grade. But the truth is the process starts in 8th grade. And so that's why we actually created our family plan. In 2018, we started to see a massive demand in parents needing mentorship in today's world. And I'll tell you a little story about myself. I wish I had myself as a mentor when I was a teenager because My parents were from a different country. They didn't really understand me very well. They were doing the best they could to survive and make sure things happened right for the family. And it's really important, I realized, to find a mentor. And so that's a really big deal. We're getting some great, questions here, Ronnie's. I'll definitely cover this in our next video, but check these out. These are great questions. I'm so glad. Shivalila asks, what counts most for admissions? Great question. Ronnie's saying, what is the most important criteria apart from grades to get into an Ivy League in the US for computer science? Awesome question. I'm actually working with an 8th grader on that. That's so funny. Okay, I love it. She goes, my 8th grader is deciding he wants to do software for Samsung. That is awesome. Do you guys read how clear these goals are? I mean, that's fantastic that they've figured out a clear goal. And maybe it changes later. That's fine. That's okay. But the fact that they have some form of passion early on and they're like, ooh, I really want to do that, that's great. Let's get them towards that goal. How do we get them to that goal? It's very easy, actually. And then she, of course, has a second kid, Gold Star. Gold Star to any mom, just to be clear. Like, even if you have one, like, big deal, all right? Like, big deal there. You should get a Gold Star. But, okay, Ronnie says, I have another 5th grader who wants to do couture fashion. How funny, because I ended up going to, like, everyone falls in love with fashion at some point. I actually had a little stint in fashion for a little bit, too. So I get that, and I think it's really easy to also pursue that passion. Let me tell you why it's so important to pursue these things. Now, for everyone logging on, I know we've got, like, a ton of viewers that have been on both of these channels. My name is Neha Gupta. I am the founder of College Shortcuts and Elite Private Tutors. I'm here today talking about how easy it is to get into Ivy League institutions. And I want you to know, for my YouTube subscribers, please subscribe to this video if you're not a subscriber and you're just watching me. Subscribe. It's going to be awesome. And if you are a subscriber, or regardless of what you are, comment below. Just type the word yes in so I can make sure that I reach out to you and give you that link. For all my Facebook teams here, all my little Facebook moms that are awesome, that are like rock stars, I've put the link in a few times here so you have it. That way you know exactly where to go to sign up. Fill out the 3 little boxes there, hit yes, and then after that you'll get a calendar invite to speak to my #1 account manager. Yeah, no joke. On the phone so we can talk about your specific situation, okay? So like I was saying earlier, there's nothing more important than having a strategy and plan. And 2018 is your year. It is your year to succeed, and it's your year to make sure your family is set up for success. Tomorrow I will be on, and I will definitely be answering these questions for my next video. I am so glad you guys asked them. And if you have any more, please put them in the comments. Make sure to like, love, you're my other half of my heart. Yeah? Love and share these. Now, I'm really excited. It really makes my day if you do these 3 things at the end. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Elite Private Tutors on YouTube. And go to collegeshortcuts.com and sign up for my newsletter. We do incredible giveaways. We give like all sorts of cool things in that newsletter. But I write each one of them, and you hear a lot about what's going on, like the down and dirty in the college admissions process, because you should know. All right, I see a lot of people joining in on YouTube. I think we've got a younger audience on YouTube because they're saying yo instead of yes. We've got Noah. We've got Royal. There's so many people on. Nice to see you guys. Nice to meet you as well. I hope you have an incredible day, everybody. Welcome to 2018. This is going to be the year of success. I know it. For you and for you. Have an incredible day and talk to you soon. Bye.